of our council minutes which we held on the 23rd of November 2010. Firstly, I ask for any amendments before I call for a mover, and that will take you through to page 2-8 from 2-1. Any amendments of those, please? Being none, I would call for a mover and a seconder, please. Move Councillor Kirk, second Councillor Craig. All in favour? Aye. Carried. Any matters arising from discussion from them, starting page 2-1. 2-2. 2-3. 2-4. 2-5. 2-6 and 7. Okay. Being no matters arising or discussion from anything there? Being that they're carried, we'll move to agenda item number 3, minutes of the Turangi-Tongariro Community Board, which was held 24th of November. Now I need a mover and a second for receipt of these minutes and adoption of the recommendations therein. So is there any...
Just a point first, I don't believe these minutes are being before the community board for being passed off. That's correct as you.
There are some amendments that need to be made to it.
Yeah. Okay, so we can...
We go to page 3-3 and section 4, proposed meeting schedules. Is resolved that TTCB meets on should be the second Tuesday.
Not the first.
Not the first. And we go to 3-5. Turangi car sets should be Turangi car seats. And down in the resolution, set should be changed to seats.
A few more to add. 3-3, I believe, Gary might correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe that the TT Promotion Association, I was appointed, and I believe Wally Van is the deputy. I believe that's correct. And also on page 3-6, the meetings I've attended, it says I attended a meeting at the Turangi Marae. I didn't. And also the local government training in Hastings was in fact in Rotorua. I wouldn't want anybody to accuse me of not being something I said I was.
Okay, so we can only receive this, can we?
Yes, so it's up to the board. But I think the Councillor Kepper would probably want to highlight the recommendations that are actually full council in there, yes, because they were
3-4.
So we're looking at recommendation 4897 and 4898, which is on page...
Okay, let's start with 4897. And 4895. And 4898.
4898. 4897. And probably the other thing that the council should note is the resolution of the board on remuneration, which is on 4902. Which we'll deal with later on later.
That will be coming up, further agenda item. Okay. So I'll take it as a mover being Councillor Kepper. Second, Councillor Henderson.
Yes.
All in favour? Any further matters arising? Any discussion?
And you will be resolved on the recommendations from the board?
Well, yeah, but what about this last one? It's coming up another agenda item, isn't it?
Oh, that's their resolution to us.
So we accept
But
that
the
as being,
actual
so we accept
recommendation-
that those numbers as being resolutions. We resolve them.
Yes, so you have an opportunity to discuss those now if you wish to.
So is there any discussion there on of those resolutions that we are accepting? Community Board. Councillor Kepper?
Just on 3-7, the remuneration of for elected members. Obviously, the board have shown their difference of opinion as to what was canvassed in the previous council meeting. Listed on 3/7 in the resolution, the reasons for that.
I think, Councillor Kipper, we'll bring that up under the further agenda item. We'll meld that into the remuneration later in the agenda. Anything further other than that? Okay. Everybody happy with that? Moving to agenda item number 4, please, which is the AC Barb's contract, hydroslide building refurbishment, of which are basically tenders, and I think Mr. Anderson can speak on it. There's only 3 tenders, and if you want to give us a quick overview, or perhaps my councillors will take this as read and ask questions that are pertinent to them. So I think that's what we'll do, if you don't mind. Is that right? Yeah, okay. Any questions of Mr. Anderson on this agenda item number 4, which we're going to take as read, subject to an inquisition? Councillor Johnson.
This probably goes to Councillor Henderson's concerns earlier on. Setting in place going forward for our council meeting projects, just those controls over any problems that we may occur in the future. Just peace of mind that we're actually not going to have issues, or what's in place to limit the problems we've had in the past with building projects.
Yeah, I would appreciate you did answer it, Mr. CEO, because at the end of the day, you're responsible to governance, and we do have history here, and none of us around this table want it repeated. So please do assure us.
I've employed a member of staff that I have faith in delivering the job correctly into the right specifications.
And I'm going to say that I've got faith in you too, Mr. Williams. Please don't destroy it. When it comes to swimming pools, I'm very tender, as I think all the members around this room are. AC Barbs hasn't got the best of histories, and if we're going to spend money getting it right, we want it to be right. I think we all concur with that. Any further questions? Councillor Mincher.
Just in that case, just the tender process to get to the contractor involved with, it seems to me like maybe the cheapest one was chosen. It's just a case that process there, or the others running out for any reason.
The process that was followed would be set out in the tender documents itself, and it was a process of lowest price conforming, which is the way we normally go through. But in order to ensure that we had confidence with the contractors that were putting in tenders, we went through a 2-stage. We went through a shortlisting, and the 3 tenderers were invited to submit tenders, and so therefore you've got a greater confidence that all 3 of them are capable of doing it. And the selection criteria was price, although we also looked at methodology, programs, things like that, which were considered, and the tenderer that was selected met all the criteria we had.
All I can say, it's a local tenderer, so I'm happy with that.
Fine, Councillor Kirk.
Yeah, I'm really just going to say what Councillor Downer did, and also I know that J.R. Wade Construction Limited have been involved down at the Turangi Trout Centre in building the new aquarium, and so I think that they've had sort of not the same sort of project, but the same sort of relativity of water and buildings and things. So yeah.
That's good to hear, because it's sort of my next question was in terms of capability. I mean, I'm not an expert on hydro slides and don't know how technical it is or how much a prior track record matters, but I do know some of the problems have been talked about before, that some of the contractors involved haven't had expertise in the particular field or a track record. So I'm glad to know that that's been looked at.
Okay. I'll stick my neck on the line by saying that I'm very, very disappointed the last time the refurbishment was done the AC Bars by a Gisborne company called First Light Construction, because at the risk of being sued or whatever, I don't believe they're even in business now, but they were just a bunch of cowboys. And I would say that if, as governance members here, if you have a concern, and you have concerns, and I do, is make sure you pop up there every couple of days and have a look for yourself and make sure that you're comfortable with the level of the workmanship and things like that, because often these things only get out of control because there's lack of supervision. Councillor Downer.
Sorry, Mayor, that's where I endorse using locals, because these are locals that are in our community, and if anything happens, they'll stand by it. Where, in the past that we've seen, one of the major things with the AC bars is that we have used outside, and then problems arisen and they haven't stood by it, where I'm sure local firms will.
I couldn't agree more. Music to my ears, and it's part of the natural food chain in the town, so that's great. So what we're looking for is a mover and a seconder. So move the suggested resolution is that J.R. Wade Construction Limited be contracted to complete the refurbishment of the hydroslide building in accordance with the requirements of Taupo District Council construction contract for a sum of $352,335, excluding GST. His Worship the Mayor and the Chief Executive Officer be authorised to sign the contract documentation and affix thereto Council's common seal. Do I have a mover, please? Moved, Councillor Johnson. Seconder, please, Councillor Mencher. All in favour?
Aye.
Carried.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. Moving now to agenda item number 5, which is the Turangi Southern Lakeshore Settlement Structure Plan. Mr. Sapford, welcome, sir.
Good afternoon, Your Worship, Councillors.
My apologies to you.
That's right. As this item is confirming the outcome of the workshop held in Turangi a couple of weeks ago, I'll take the item as read and take any questions there are.
Okay, any questions or discussions? It's really a mechanical item. We're in that process, so... Oh, I'm sorry, Councillor Kipper.
That's all right. I'd be happy to move, but after if anyone has any questions.
Okay, so the resolution... Where's the bottom thing? So you're moving 1 to 4 on
1 to
page
4 on
5 bar 1.
5 bar 1.
Okay. Sounds good.
Just to clarify that number part 4 is that, I'm sorry, I don't have my copy of my maps or anything here, is that small part that we discussed towards the end of the workshop.
That's correct. That's the area north of Whakaaro Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once again, we're only repeating ourselves from there. They're allowed to do what they're allowed to do. This is only consultation about how it's done and how it looks when it's done. Is that right?
That's correct. Just getting community's feedback on what their views are.
So that's the suggested resolution, which has been moved by Councillor Kepper. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Henderson,
I'd
thank
just
you.
like to say, Mayor Rick, that crucial to this project was the community buy-in and involvement, and that was clearly demonstrated in the workshops. And as a result of that, some of the options that have come into this document have arisen from there.
Pleased to see this happening.
Yeah.
Mr. Green?
Just on that note, probably a good opportunity just to highlight elected members to the fact that Turangi's getting a Christmas tree this afternoon put up, which has come through again as a result of these workshops and the community getting involved, and that's been donated by a local forestry company.
Lake Taupo Forest Trust.
And decorations donated by local retailers and decorated by schools.
And schools as well.
So it's a small example of something that can be done through the community getting empowered, which has come out of this bigger process, but it's really quite neat.
Community buy-in. Great. Very Merry Christmas with their tree. So we had a mover and a seconder. All in favour?
Aye.
Carried. Any further discussion? Being none, thank you, Mr. Sapford.
Thank you.
And keep up the good work.